on English, where we learn the correct way to say some things in English and the wrong way to say that. We learn the correct way to say that so that we will avoid the wrong way to say that. This is our spoken English series, our spoken English session. So let's take some ways to say some things. Wrong to say. Remember in red. Wrong to say, Jude shot the eagle by a gun. It is wrong to say, Jude shot the eagle by a gun. The correct way to say that is Jude shot the eagle with a gun. The correct way to say that, Jude shot the eagle with a gun. Number 2, it is wrong to say, the pigeon was shot with Samuel. Don't say that. Don't say, it is wrong to say, the pigeon was shot with Samuel. Instead, you should say, the pigeon was shot by Samuel. The pigeon was shot by Samuel. Why? You see, we are talking about by and with. By, the prepositions by and with. That's the main issue here. So, when we wish to show the means or instruments with which the action is done, we use with. However, when the doer of the action is mentioned, when the doer of the action is referred to, we use by. That's why we say the pigeon was shot by the doer of the action. Samuel is the doer of the action. So when the doer of the action is mentioned, we use by. But when the action or the instrument is referred to, when the means or the instrument is referred to, the instrument of the action is referred to, we use with. Okay? So that is that. However, we have to note, we have to take the following. We have to know the following, that we can use by, not with. In the following way, we can say by electricity or by light. You can say by steam, by hand, by post, by telephone, by one's watch, by the day, by the dozen, by the year. You can use by in those ways. In those ways. Let me repeat it again. Let me say it again. You can use by. You can use the following take by. The following things you can say take by, not with. By electricity or by light, by steam, by hand, by post, by telephone, by one's watch, by the day, by dozen, by the yard. By the yard. Let's go to number 3. Number 3. The principal spoke for bad habits. Wrong to say. The principal spoke for bad habits. The correct way to say that is correct to say. The principal spoke about bad habits. The principal spoke about bad habits. Now, what you have to note here is for cannot be used in the sense of about. You cannot use for. You cannot use for in the sense of about. No, you cannot do that. The main use of for is to show the idea of being in favor of. When you want to make being in favor of, you use for. Therefore, if we say that the principle, if here we say that the principle is for bad habit, it means that you are saying, it is like saying that the principle is in favor of bad habit, which is not what you are saying. You are saying the principle is speaking about bad habits. So the principle spoke about bad habits, not in favor of bad habits. So when you don't want, for is used to show in favor of. So here we say spoke about, not spoke for bad habits. Let's go to number 4. Okay has lived here since 2 years. Don't say that. Wrong to say. Okay has lived here since 2 years. Don't say that. Don't say that. The correct way to say that is okay has lived here for 2 years. Okay has lived here for 2 years. Okay? Now, why do we say that? Okay has lived here for 2 years. For cannot be used in the sense of about. We said that before. Now again, we say that the preposition for is placed before words or phrases showing a period of time, as for 3 days, for 6 weeks, for 2 years, for a few weeks, for a long time. It may be used with any tense except the simple present tense. Note, for is often omitted. We sometimes omit for. You can omit for. Sometimes. For example, we can say, I have been here. When you say, I have been here for 2 years, you can also say it, I have been here 2 years. So sometimes, oftentimes, you omit for. I have been here for 2 years. That's correct. You are talking about a period of time. A period of time. But you can also say, I have been here 2 years. You are also correct. Let's go to number 5. Gomez has been ill from last week. Wrong to say, wrong to say. Gomez has been ill from last week. No, don't say that. The correct way to say is, Gomez has been here since last week. Do not say, Gomez has been here from last week. No, don't say that. The correct way to say that is, Gomez has been ill. Gomez has been here. Gomez has been here since last week. Gomez has been here since last week. Don't say, Gomez has been here from last week. No. Gomez has been ill, that is sick, from last week. Don't say that. You say, Gomez has been sick, or Gomez has been ill since last week. Since last week. Now, why do we say that? Why do we use that? You see that the preposition since, you are talking about from and since. From and since. The preposition since is placed before words or phrases showing a point of time. A point of time, as since Monday, since yesterday, since 8 o'clock, since Christmas. So, when since is used, the verb is usually in the present perfect tense. But it may be in the past perfect, as I was glad to see my uncle. I had not seen him since last Christmas. You see that? I was glad to see my father. I had not seen him since last Easter, since last week. So you can say that. Let me repeat that again. We say, since the preposition since is placed before words or phrases showing a point of time, as since Monday, since yesterday, since 8 o'clock, since Christmas, since Easter. However, when since is used, the verb is usually in the present tense. But it may be used in the past tense, as I was glad to see my uncle. I had not seen him since Christmas. So, that is that. If you like our video, please share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Let's repeat that. Wrong to say, Jude shot the eagle by a gun. No, don't say that. Say, Jude shot the eagle with a gun. Number 2, the pigeon was shot with Samuel. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Say, the eagle was shot by Samuel. Number 3, The principal spoke for bad habits. No, because it's bad habits. You say the principal spoke about bad habits. Number 4, okay lived here since 2 years. Don't say that. Don't say that. Wrong to say. The correct way to say that is okay lived here for 2 years. Number 5, wrong to say Gomez has been ill from last week. Don't say that. Wrong. Don't say that. The correct way to say that is Gomez has been ill since last week. If you love our video, please share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up.